in the city. I eat rappers, so I make a meal of this city. I'm feeling the city like I'm dealing with teas. One mic, one hook, just real in the city. A magician on a mic like silver, man, I flow calm and it can't come realer. And the lead from the arms might kill you, but instead I throw palms and heal you. In the city where shit gets gritty, and the dreams just don't come fair though. By any means we all need this red though. Sophie's got more times than Aguero, man, it's all messed up. We got the whole game dressed up, fake life in a red tux, no clue to your head stuck. And I'ma just keep eating rappers like Sami, cause your weak bars couldn't touch or harm me. I defend my team like Walker, but it's just me, myself and the army. So I just implode facts, kick back like Kimbo's back. Trust me, I've been low, it's mad. So many souls been broken half. And the man roll round in a whip and all of the windows black. So you're thinking they with those straps, and the thing goes black. So you could get hit quick with a ricochet, let wigs split like rips in a wicker tray. Death just fucks with a living prey, like you just one real bad trick away. Man, it ain't fun to run, but don't think that the gun the one. Or the knife either, it could turn on your neck and get cut like a wife beater. Man, I'm real in this city, no steel in this city. I eat rappers, so I make a meal of this city. I'm feeling this city like I'm dealing with keys. One mic, one hook, just real in the city. Real in this city, no steel in this city. I eat rappers, so I make a meal of this city. I'm feeling this city like I'm dealing with keys. One mic, one hook, just real in the city. You can shoot your shot, I won't let it in. Like Edison, you just missed and run, no reverend. No hits, but the whole shit's relevant. Kicks stay crisp in the mix, that's evident. Words to the prince, Baz telling him. Murder them quick, fast shelling them. That's the line that the OG selling them. On me rock, don't go propelling them. I just set in defiant ways, hit hard like Pep in his prime days. Stop me, I don't break down, I'm Rodri. You ain't getting in my space, you ain't getting in my place. No way like setting a blind maze. Wanna know why I'm getting these migraines? I flow cold, I'm setting the ice age. You can never go far though, I know. You don't get a clap, no bravo. My whole track's cinematic like Marvel. Those rappers in my bag like marbles. Thinking I'm a trip like carpools. When the girls say hey like Arnold, I don't quit when I'm that good shit. If I flip when I spit, it's a rap, no parcel. I'ma go in, don't tempt me. I've been jamming on the mic, I'm Mendy. I don't act hard in the city, it's a red card if you roll 10 men deep. You don't look mean or trendy, so you wear cut eyes from Fendi. Man, I spit like Uzi's plenty, it's no wonder the shells all empty. I'm real in this city, no steel in this city. I eat rappers, so I make a meal of this city. I'm feeling this city like I'm dealing with keys. One mic, one hook, just real in the city. Real in this city, no steel in this city. I eat rappers, so I make a meal of this city. I'm feeling this city like I'm dealing with keys. One mic, one hook, just real in the city.
Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. Well, how is everyone today? Hope you're well on this Sunday. Freezing cold day. It's getting darker now. It's 4 o'clock and it's almost pitch black. But what we're going to do today is we're going to look over last night's game, City versus Chelsea. And obviously we won 2-1, but we're going to sort of review the game and go through your player ratings. And I'll give you mine and we'll take each player as it comes. And what I want to do also is talk about man of the match. Who was your man of the match yesterday? It's been sort of quite a lot of debate and looking at player ratings across the board from the BBC to Sky to the Manchester Evening News to others. I mean, they're just so varied. I mean, it is a very, very subjective because, you know, it's what you see on the day. And yeah, some of them are like two marks out each on players, and you're thinking, what game were you watching? But then others, you know, they might say the same about what I thought I saw yesterday, and so it's all very subjective. It's what you thought of the actual game. So let's see who's on. We've got Ingacha first. Yes, you were first, buddy. You'll come back later. The song is In the City by Jay Cactus, produced by Bazza. And if you go back and look at the videos, he actually wrote it for us. And he's put it out there. You can get it on YouTube and all the other sort of streaming platforms and things like that. So go over and download it. And hi, Craig. How are you, buddy? Hope you're well. Leonard's on. Hi, all. Andy, how are you, Leonard? Ball Queen, Fernandinho. Don't know what that means. Hi, Andy and everyone. Mingy Wong, I'm assuming Ball Queen you mean in Man of the Match. Well, we'll talk about that later. Mark the Blue, hi Andy, KDB and Dino for me, man. I'll actually talk about that later. Leonard London, a Scouser must have disliked this. Well, could have been. DD Hey, what's the name of that rap song? Just have a look above, mate. You'll see I posted it there. Like I said, it's In the City by J Cactus. If I go over and see if I can, I'll try and put a link in here to it. Let me just see if I can find it. Yeah, it's here. So I'll just put a link into the YouTube, and you can go over and check it out. That's the link to the YouTube, and if you want to, it's available on all streaming sites. So if you go over and look at this particular link, you'll be able to see. If I just post it on here, you'll be able to see here all the different platforms and things that it's actually available on. So go over and check it out. It's definitely worth it. He's a really nice guy, and we did a few videos with him as well. So if you go back a couple of months, or just search in J Cactus and Man City Fan TV, he actually comes on and he talks about, you know, the fact that he wrote the song and working with us and things like that, and wanted it to be a song that incorporated Man City players, hence why you've got the likes of Bravo and Gundogan and Ederson and David Silva and all the others in there. Alexander, how are you, buddy? Edward Denham's on. Hello. Board Queen, are you from Manchester? I am from Manchester, Wythenshawe, mate. I don't live there anymore, but that's where I'm from. Come on, Sheffield United. Phil says, hi, Andy. I see that Aldridge was operating VR again. God knows who was operating it, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was somebody of the ilk of John Aldridge. Nazim, after Mara's man of the match for me, we're going to do that later. Ball Queen Andy, honestly, we will win the Premier League this season. Or will we win it? We're still in it as it stands at the moment for me. And yeah, I'm always one. We've done it before. We are one of those teams that we can come from behind. We know we've done it. We've already proven twice we've done it with Liverpool, with United. So whilst it's still on, and it is still only November, yes, we can still win the Premier League. Will we? Well, that's up for debate. Orkan Mamadi, hi Andy, we missed you very much. Best regards from Baku. Hey Orkan, how are you, buddy? I hope you and your wife are very well, and I hope you watched the game yesterday, mate. And I've missed you too. Next time I'm in Baku, which might be in the new year, I'll definitely come over and we'll go out and take you out for dinner again and have a wonderful time. Everybody, Orkan is the guy that when I was in Baku, he took me, him and his what was fiance then is now his wife, took me out around Baku and showed me a wonderful time. They are big Man City fans, so that's Orkan. Alexander Savage, I wonder how I get to see the comments before they pop out on the screen in your live comments section. I wonder how I get to see the comments before they pop out on the screen in your live comments section. I have no idea, mate. Is that a question or a statement? Somebody's on there writing in Arabic. I have no idea what that means. Brad Niblock, hi Andy, hope you're well. I'm all right. I'm very good, Brad. How are you, mate? Bit cold today. And this juice diet. I'm on my fruits at the moment, and yeah, it's not keeping me warm, but it's doing me well. Leonard London, I hope I'm wrong, but if a year from now we all would be saying Liverpool couldn't win it without the helping hand, absolutely disgusting. We're going to talk about that. Cookie Monster, all right, Andy, how's it going? I'm good, buddy. How are you? Hope you're well. Section 20 is on. Hey, Andy, nor you Sky Blue section. Are you still up for the pod later? Are you available? Tom T, sorry, Leonard, the free kick that led to the Palace Slough goal was softer than the one on Lovren. Dale Brennan, don't mind Aldrich, he's very annoying. He played for the Republic and I still don't like him. MCFC Dublin Ireland, come on Sheffield United. Absolutely, Dale Brennan, well said. Kiam's on. Hi everyone, happy Sunday, great win yesterday. Showed character from a goal down, we did. Alexander Savage, not bothered about Liverpool and VAR anymore. Pointless talk. We've got our own stuff in our own club. And as we like to say, the best team in the land and all the world. Absolutely. Cookie Monster, what do you think Leroy will leave? And if so, you reckon we'll get Coman from Bayern? If you gave me the option between the two, Cookie Monster, Leroy or Coman, I'd keep Leroy every single day of the week. I think Coman's been just very disappointing because he started off looking like, wow, this kid could be absolutely special. And I just think he's been very in and out, hit and miss, a bit like Leroy has been, over the last 18 months. But I still think Leroy's got 10 times more potential. I hope Leroy stays. I really, really do. But I guess we'll wait and see. Craig Forrest, caught the interview you did after, and totally agree Mahrez was missing, though a great goal. Orkan, good man, says Leonard. Alex, I actually see the comments before you make. That's my point. Yeah, because the comments are coming up, and obviously there is a slight, always with these streams, there's a slight lag. There always is, there's a slight delay. So the comments come up, probably, I'm reading it from my YouTube channel rather than the live stream that we're using. So there is always a little tiny lag, not only on the video that I'm seeing, but also the comments when they come through. So there are a load of comments, and also you've got to remember I'm trying to read through each particular one, so I'm only seeing them as they come up. Mingy Wong, we aren't that far from Liverpool, only 9 points behind them. Absolutely. Have you heard about Sterling saying that he will only sign a new contract if Pep stays? I wouldn't believe any word of that. It was in the Sun, and was it probably Martin Blackburn or someone like that? I think that's utter bollocks. Put it this way, Cookie Monster, here's a point on this thing, and I've not discussed it yet because obviously the day was spent yesterday at the match. But look at it this way when it comes to Raheem Sterling. The rumours were, and these were the figures, £450,000 a week. Now, if you believe that, you'll believe anything. Right? That's one. But let's imagine, let's put the scenario like this. Let's just imagine City decided to pay Raheem Sterling, who, don't forget, has been absolutely amazing so far the last 18 months. Let's imagine, for one, that they actually pay him 450 grand a week. That would put him on 125 grand a week more than Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah? Can you see that happening? Can you see what would happen if they did that? And what Kevin De Bruyne's agent would be going to Manchester City? No. So let's imagine, let's say that is true, even though I think it's bullshit. Let's imagine it's absolutely true. Why on earth would Raheem Sterling not sign an extended contract? Let's call it 5 years. So it takes him from right now to another 5 years. What would Pep Guardiola have to do with any of that? What? Why? Because the option, the alternative is that he stays on his, whatever his contract is now. He's got 3 years left or something like that. On the same salary. So he doesn't sign an extended contract. So he's still got another 2-3 years at City. Pep Guardiola leaves. He's in a position where for the next 2-3 years, he's gonna just be on the same money that he's on now, which is around about 190, 200k a week. So he signs and let's say a deal that takes him to City, being at City for another 5 years. Yeah. And Pep Guardiola might leave in 18 months' time at the end of his contract. Well, Sterling still has 4 years on his contract. Or 3, 4 years he'd have on a 5-year contract, whatever he signs in addition. Which puts him and his agent in a massive bargaining position to say, hold on a minute, you're going to have to pay X amount because, we've got a 4 or 5 year contract still at Manchester City. In the meantime, for the next 2 years, he's earning 450k a week. He's over doubling his current salary. So where is the sense in any of Raheem Sterling going, oh, well, I want guarantees? So you honestly think Raheem Sterling is holding Cheeky and Varane to ransom to give guarantees of Pep Guardiola? It just makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. If it's true and City were to offer 450k a week, he would sign it immediately. He'd be on the table going, quick, get me a pen. Well, I'll sign it, 5 years. It just puts him in the biggest bargaining position going. So, and he earns over double what he's on now. It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. But clearly, it needs clicks. So anyway, that's my thought on on that article, and that's why I haven't really spoken about it. Whoa, big jump there. I do apologise. You're still coughing like a 90-year-old, mate. This flu's knocked me for 6. Give me a couple of more days so I can speak without hacking away every second word. Don't worry then, section. It's fine. We've got other people who want to come on, so we'll don't worry about that, buddy. Hope you get better soon. Craig Forrest, Leroy could score the Mara's goal plus be in the match and create. So if he goes, we need a creator. Good point. Kiam says, we have a very tricky run of fixtures coming up. If we get to Christmas within 6-7 points, I think we could do it. We could do. I'm still saying January. We got to the end of January and we're still within 9 points. I think there's still an option, because then obviously Champions League and the later rounds of the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup and things start kicking in. That means that your squad needs a lot of rotation. So I'd say if we got to the end of January 9 points behind, we could still be in it. But 6 or 7, I'd say we're definitely in it. Raz plays his heart out with Leroy on the other side. We'll be back to his best, says Leonard. Alexander Savage, mass media garbage, I guess. Yeah. Afternoon, all sorry for tardiness. Yes, that's a fine. You do know that Man City Fan TV have a fining system. So if you're late, then you obviously get fined. It's a bit like Frank Lampard's got. So Martin, sorry mate, that's a £2.50 fine for you. Tom T says, hi Martin, mate. Edward, how did Stu Brennan give Cancelo? We're going to talk about that in the player ratings. Leonard, that's media looking for clicks, nothing more. City don't share their business with outsiders, absolutely. Edward says, hi Martin. Hello Martin, how are you, Pierre? Mingy Wong, hi Martin, hope things are well with you. Section, you'll be training with the kids for being late, do 50 laps on the pitch, absolutely. I get what you're saying, wages wise. The thing is, we need to start paying bigger wages and more in signing fees. I don't know whether we need to. In fact, I think City are running a good ship when it comes to salary wise. The problem you've got is when you start paying bigger wages. So at the moment, we know that KDB is our highest paid player. I think, if you believe the rumours, 325k a week, let's say, with Sergio right behind him, and then drops down to the likes of Raheem and everyone else. So we put somebody on 400,000. Well, then you know what's going to happen. KDB's going to go, I want parity with that. The Sergios of the world, or Razzie, I want parity with that. Suddenly, before you know it, we've got 5 players now up in their salaries by 100 grand every single week. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money over a year. So, and over the term of their, obviously, contracts. But I think City are doing it sensibly. The media have been trying to unsettle our club all season, and we know who they support. I'll be in and out of the blog as I'm out, but I'm listening, so it'll be good. Clickbaiting is the main thing that's destroying modern journalism. Yeah, well, it has certainly had a massive change over the last 18 months, 2 years. It's become, certainly with Twitter, it's become very much that way. Any latest news about Aguero's injury? No, he was being checked out today, by all accounts, by the doctors. So they always leave it 24 hours later, so that if there's any swelling that can go down, then they can do sort of MRI scans and things. So by all accounts, it's not looking great. It could be a few months, if I'm being honest. Borquing, Liverpool for sure. Voice of the North, Gundogan was pants yesterday, and sell Mendy now if I give him away. Hope you get better soon, section. Free. Section media pool are being cheated into league win. It's not even hidden, it's so blatant. We are still in this, says Martin. Cheers, Martin and Andy. The flu sucks. Yeah, no, it's not nice, mate. Hope you're feeling better soon. Corny Gories, hey Andy, how are you, mate? Leonard, I think City rival ain't Liverpool but VAR, and that's almost impossible, unfortunately. How was the atmosphere yesterday, mate? Yeah, it wasn't bad yesterday, apart from the repetitive sort of Chelsea fans singing about the fact that we've not won a Champions League. It's pretty much the same. It was on repeat. Marco Silva says, Eugene, Marco Silva might get the sack tonight after Everton were beaten by Norwich yesterday or sometime this week. Hi, Akriba, how are you? Do you think we may see a VAR official run on and score a goal for... Well, he'd have to run a bloody long way, mate, because he'd have to come all the way from Stockley Park. But, yeah, that would be quite funny. Better, Alexander, lots of venom towards officials. The fans are starting to voice their opinions and clear corruption against us. Leonard London, everyone talking about Silver, Vinny, Kun's statue. Well, Ferner was right up there. Well, it's a very good point, Leonard. A very, very good point. Creamer, Sergio injured over Christmas again. Yes, that's somebody might go, I'm sure Sergio just likes Christmas with the family. I am as well. But we know he never goes through a season without something. But it's just funny how it's around that time again. Another big jump. Tom T, looking too much into Kiam. They are not in the top 5 VR impacting their games. It's still top. It wasn't. However, you've had a lot of touch and go against you. We have. Jeff Walmsley, what is up with Mendy? He's like a rabbit caught in the headlights. Been poor every game. Looks like a waste of money. Well, we can talk about that when we hit the when we do the player ratings and discuss each particular person. Andy, we spoke yesterday. I could see everything being positioned to make it a must-win for City. They aren't champions of England yet, says Mingy Wong. They aren't. He's spot on. Paul Standor, do you think fans will literally walk away from watching football? We're going to discuss that in the VAR part towards the end of the video, Paul. We're going to do the match player ratings, man of the match, and then we're going to talk about VAR and have an in-depth discussion on that. But before I do, I just want to get these in. As you know, we've been pushing Leslie Ross's book. We've been using the artwork and amazing artwork to raise money for Tackle for Manchester. Don't forget that currently, as it stands, there are these softback books that are available, and I'll also show you there. There's a letter in there that talks about reliving all of last season's 169 goals. And the softback books that are for sale at the moment that you can purchase, they are £20, and I just pulled that away. They are £20 there in full colour. There's a couple of sort of black and white graphics, but it's in full colour. And you've also £1.69 from every single book goes to Tackle for Manchester. But what I want to do is I want to show you, because two of the softback books that I purchased for Martin and for Kiam for their Christmas presents arrived yesterday. So I've just took one of them out of this sealed packet. I won't. They have Leslie kindly personalised them for me for Kiam and for Martin. But that's it there. I'm not going to show you. I'm going to keep you intrigued. So I'm not going to show you all, but that's the first inside pages there. There's Leslie. And then you've also got Peter Thornton. Peter is the guy on this side here, sat in the black cap with Pep. He's the writer. And Leslie over here, there. That's Leslie here with, you can see there, she's with Colin Bell, she's with Sergio, and she's with Mike, Tony Buck. And I'll just give you a quick idea of some of the artworks that are in there. There is a Bernardo Silva one. And then there's a write-up about every single game on this side here. And in the back, there's a formidable story of last season. And it ends with the most amazing picture, artwork of Vincent Kompany. And then there's just 3 sentences, words by Leslie Ross that finishes the book, and it's absolutely incredible. But I'm not going to show you that because that one's Martin's, so I will put that back in there. But please, whatever you do, because they're all sealed up and absolutely incredible books. So please, what I'd like you to do is go over, and if you want to buy one for yourself, or you want to buy, you know, a Christmas present for a family member or a friend who is a City fan, what an absolute, for £20, what an absolutely amazing present that will be. And you could just sit there admiring the beautiful artwork and then reading all about every single game and goal from last season. the Formidable season, and there's nice little write-ups and things like that that Peter has done, and Leslie's obviously done all the artwork. So please go over and the website. That's something I will do. Let me just. I'll also give you a link to the website, so you can go over if you want to purchase. Like I said, you can purchase in the shop right now. You can purchase the softback books on the shop at the moment. You can't purchase the hardback books because she hasn't received them. She messaged me Friday night to say, I don't know how many now, but she said there are 34 hardback copies still available of the 169 that were made, and they are listed, like I've said before, they are listed 1 to 169, and every player's number, that Man City player, gets one of the hard copies. That's theirs, and there's like a bit of an insignia inside, and that is the numbered copy for that particular player. Any of the spare numbers that Manchester City players who weren't in the Formidable season and things like that are free if you want to inquire or email Leslie to say, oh, is number 85, for whatever reason, if 85 is your number, is 85 free? Can I have that one? And that's £40. But Leslie's waiting for the hardback copies to come, and she said that she's not going to get them, she doesn't think, until next weekend, so that she can weigh them and things like that for postage and packaging. So at the moment you can't really purchase them. I just purchased mine in one go for the hard copy and the soft copies because Leslie let me just send it directly to her. So, but go over and check on the website. That's my thoughts on that. So that's the Leslie Ross artwork. So please go over and have a look. Right, there's been tons and tons of comments on. So let me just very quickly, before we get into the player ratings, just have a quick read through. Mendy, a lesson for younger players who devote more attention to social media than their profession, says Phil. Some random ones. I see you don't like the cold in Canada. Guys, how much do you wait for your ticket to arrive at your home address when you purchase it online via the club's website? Mine, sometimes they're printed off ones. It depends which game, Alexander. Some of them are print at home, and it will say that on your City account. It will say print at home, or there'll be hard copy ones. But mine, I got 4 or 5 tickets through yesterday for various games, and some of them were like my game yesterday because I bought it late because I wasn't sure whether I was here this weekend. I bought mine on Friday, my ticket Thursday or Friday. So that was a print at home one. So it varies. Yes, it is, Craig. Yeah, I just haven't had time last week, mate. I've been maxed out. Your artwork is in the post to you this week, buddy. And then we could sort it out after Christmas. Don't worry about it. Kiam lives there, but he's a Manc expat. I'm born Rusholme, less than a mile from Main Road. Has the snow arrived yet? So talking about that. Right, let's get into the players' ratings for tomorrow. So first up, let's go with our goalkeeper, and that for yesterday, and that of course was Ederson. So give me your thoughts on Ederson for yesterday's games. While you're doing it, I'll read out, like I normally do on all the player ratings videos. I always choose Stu Brennan. So, as you know, every single game when we've done player ratings, I've always used Stu Brennan because he's Manchester Evening News. But like I said, I was looking at Sky Sports ones and things. He said, unlucky with the goal, but his work with his feet was very good. He was solid behind everything else and gives him a 6. So, let's have a look. Krieber, a 6. Craig Forrest, a 6. Billy Mack, a 7. City Fan, a 6. Leonard, a 6. Ball Queen, a 6. Alexander Savage, a 7. Mark the Blue, an 8. Ryan Corrie, a 6. Section, a 6.5. Mingy Wong, a 7. And I'm going to take an average, a guessing average from what you guys come up with. Martin says a 7. Okay, looking at that, if there's any more for any more. Sixes, a lot of 6s there. A few 7s. Gonna go for Edison, a 6.5 average there or thereabouts, because just taking literally an average of the scores that you put through. I mean, I thought he did all right. I know some people complained about the fact that he came out of his net for the Kante goal. Well, you've got to bear in mind that's what keepers do. Keepers come out, spread themselves, make themselves look big. And if you watch Kante's shot, if it wouldn't have flicked off Mendy, it would have been Edison would have saved it. So he was in the right place at the right time. It was just unfortunate that Mendy got a touch on it. Which leads me to the next one, which we're going to look at, and that is Ben Mendy. So what were your thoughts on Ben Mendy yesterday? Where is Mervyn? Made a wrong pass 2. Mendy, Craig Forrest a 4, Creeper a 6, Leonard London a 5, Edward a 5, Ball Queen a 2. I don't think he was that bad. Section a 5, Ryan Corrie a 5.5, Mark the Blue a 4, Mingy Wong a 5, Billy Mack a 5, Alexander Savage Mendy 5.5. Still not impressed with him. Don't understand the criticism, says Creeper. If we take a look at Dominic Hart-Hayde says 6. A few mistakes. What mistakes were they, mate? If we take a look at what... a few mistakes from Mendy. Yeah, I'm assuming you were underneath that one. Stu Brennan says, had Guardiola bouncing with exasperation at some of his erratic defending, but he tidied it up in the second half. He gets a 5. For me, I thought Mendy yesterday was very poor. I'll be honest with you. I thought he was pretty dire. The goal could have done better, but at the end of it wasn't really about the goal, if I'm honest. I think his passing was erratic. He was. He played one ball straight the way across the middle of the park, and it was. It was the most ridiculous pass. But he is coming back from an injury. He has been in and out of the squad, and he needs a run of 4 games. But I don't know. If you look at him there, that picture looks like he's carrying a bit of timber, for being honest. But let's have a look then and see what you guys have given Ben Mendy. Oh, let's see. 5s, 6, 3s. My God. 4s. He's a defender, first and foremost, needing a left back at his speed. Kante looks scored. And his legs. Yeah, no, but it's one of those as a defender you dive in. Okay, Mendy. Mendy gets a 5, which, I'll be honest with you, I start off at 6. And if they don't do anything wrong, they don't do anything great, just keep with a 6. If they do something brilliant, they might get a 7. If they do something really bad, they might drop a mark. And I just thought he dropped a mark yesterday. So I'm sort of agreeing with the roundup of your scores. I wouldn't have given him a 5. I didn't think he was ultra awful, but he wasn't great, I'll be honest with you. Kiam's giving him a 4 there. He's been in at the Hollands Pies. He looked at that. Hey, listen, I'm no rude to talk, but he looks on that picture there. Looks like he's been having 1 or 2 too many. Flicking over to the other side, what about Joao Cancelo yesterday? So we'll look at Cancelo next. Edward Denham, a 4. Craig Forrest, a 6. Leonard, a 6.5. Ball Queen, a 6. Creeber, a 6.5. Mingy Wong, a 6. Section, a 6. Mark the Blue, a 5. Ryan Corrie, a 6. Martin says a 6. It looks like it's pretty much near enough across the board here. 7, good going forward, not good defensively. Could we try him in the midfield? Well, it's one of those, for who? Are we playing another player out of position? Luke Johnson 5, but he could have been a 7 if he was fully used to the league. Well, you know, if buts and maybes. Cancelo 7, says Kiam, steady. I wasn't impressed, I must admit. I thought he was okay. Didn't bring a great deal. I think still looks positionally unaware. Alexander Savage, not a great time. Well, I mean, look, we've got to give him time. We have to give him time. I said it, and I said it yesterday. I think I said it on camera. I'm just not sure why we bought him. I have no idea why we bought him. For me, he might go on to be wonderful in a year's time, but I don't know. He wasn't, for me, a player that I thought that type of player we needed, if I'm being honest. But I'm sure he'll only improve as he gets more game time. What did João Cancelo? Some decent attacking work, and he kept Pulisic relatively quiet, but better defender than Walker, perhaps. What are you on about, Stu Brennan? Are you joking me? Well, anyway, he gets a 6 overall. Stu Brennan saying he's possibly a better defender than Walker. No, absolutely no chance. Absolutely no chance. Anyway, on to the first of the centre-back pairings, and obviously yesterday we had Johnny Stones back, and I think some of the criticism that I've read on social media and things about John Stones, I thought John Stones had a decent game yesterday. I thought he was decent. But what do you think? I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's all subjective. It's about personal opinions. Edward says a 6, Alex a 7, Ryan a 6.5, Craig Forrest an I. Don't know what that is. Kreba an 8, Leonard London a 5. Well, it just goes to show you. Kreba says he was great. I agree. I thought he had a good game yesterday. Mark the Blue 7, Mingyu Wong 7, Stones 4.5. Bugger off. Section 7 thought he played pretty well. Yes, so did I. He is unfairly hated, Luke Johnson says. I agree. Craig Forrest an 8. Luke Johnson solid 7. I am agreeing with you two guys and several of the others. Martin a 4.5. Not sure what game he was watching. Martin's on fire with his I don't know about that. Andy, that's a 9. Sorry, but you heard my thoughts last night, pal. All opinion. Absolutely, of course it is. That's what I mean. It's all about opinions, and that's why when you look at these players, and player ratings are very subjective. But let's see what Stu Brennan says. He says some great passing from him, switching play effortlessly, but he still goes missing occasionally when there is serious defending to do. He gave him a 6. He is just good defender for a mid-table team, in my opinion. All gave him 8 because he's just come back from injury, says Marcus Brown. Good display, says Craig Forrest. Okay, let's have a look. We've got 7, 6.5, 6.8 by Board Queen, an 8, 7, 7s, 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 and 8. Right, John Stones gets a 7. And he would have got a 7 from me because I thought he was good yesterday. I really did. So next up, we're gonna take away John Stones, and we're gonna bring back his centre back partner yesterday, who again I thought he had a wonderful game, and that is Fernandinho. So what do we think for Ferner? Who's Ferdy? Rio Ferdy bailed him out. I don't know whether he bailed him out, mate. That's a bit harsh. Oh God, here we go. Right, you can go. You can go in a timeout. You boring sod. Right, Ferner. Craig Forrest a 7. Alexander Savage a 7.5. Section a 7.5. Luke Johnson a liability at times, but he played at 7.5 considering he's a CDM. Ryan Corrie a 9. Football fan chat, go away, says Kreba. Kreba gives him a 7. Martin an 8.5/9. You've got to make your mind up. An 8, says Mingyu Wong. Mark the Blue a 9. Kreba, Fernandinho needs to work on his positioning. Ball Queen 8.9. No, we only do 8.5s. We don't do 8.9s, 8.7s, 8.9. Those clearances, wonderful. Leonard London, a 9.5 man of the match. Don't start with my player pronunciations now. I feel bullied. It's not a pronunciation, it's your spelling. Can't wait till he gets back to his natural position. Martin, okay, a 9. Ferde. It needs to move back to CDM. I think we all know that, but you know, he's covering, so it's one of those. Will there be a watch along for the? No, mate, because we're both there at the game. Alexander Savage is better at CDM. It's Ferner, not Ferdy. Remember my day job now. Definitely section. You feel bullied. I hit instead of 8. So Ferner, not Ferdy. Ferner. Ferner, we're going to give him. Let's just see before we give him something. Let's just see what did Stu Brennan have to say about Ferner? Can't even find it. Oh, there he is. Like Stones, happy and productive with the ball at his feet, but where was he when Canty sailed through to score a 6? Wow, God, Stu, you're just a harsh man. I'm going to give Fernandinho an 8.5. There you go. An 8.5. What else we got? It's not going to be next. He sweats his balls off. He does. He gets an 8.5. I'm not having that. Nando. I'll be at the Shakhtar game Tuesday night. Come over, Mingy Wong, and have a chat with us. The future is safe in my hands. Maybe not. Leonard Stones under a defensive coach would be nothing more than a backup. Possibly. Brennan harsh. Yeah, I agree. Right, so we've done the keeper. We've done the centre backs, and we've done the full backs. So moving on to our next one, and that was our holding midfielder yesterday, which was Rodri. So what were your thoughts on Rodri yesterday? Craig gives him a 6. Mingy One, come say hello, have a fan cam. Creeber gives him a 6. Leonard gives him a 6. Ball Queen a 7. Luke Johnson 6.5. Rodri a 6 from Alexander. Edward a 5. Section a 6.5. Mark LeBlue a 6. Creeber, he was tired. He looked knackered when he came off. Mingy Wong a 7. Anyone else for any more? Ryan Corrie 8. Great match. It's all about opinions. I wouldn't say it was a. Did Rodri pass to Matt? Oh, I mean, God, come on! Just because somebody passes a ball out wide, it's hardly like really affecting play. Rodri 5, not fully fit for me. O&A, great match. Well, like I said, it is about opinions. Wrestled control of the midfield from Kovacic and Jorginho, and his departure early in the second half was a blow. Rodri got a 7 from Stu Brennan. But, oh, wow. What we got here, 6s, 6.5s, got a couple of 7s and an 8. Let's give Rodri a average 6.5 for yesterday. Thought he was okay. He looked rusty in my opinion. I would have just given him a standard 6 because I didn't think he did anything majorly wrong. Didn't think he did anything majorly great either, but definitely needs game time. So moving on to next to him, ahead of him, was our captain for yesterday, and that was David Silva. So what were your thoughts on Merlin yesterday? David Silva. If I just read what Stu Brennan, he doesn't win as many games as he used to, but he still has an impact as here. It took its toll as he cramped up and gave him a 7. Edward Silva a 7, Craig Forrest a 7, Alex a 6, Creeber, Edward Denham, our main physio fitness guy, went to Liverpool and we had significant more injuries. Kriebe a 6, Ball Queen a 5.5. Wow, Mark the Blue 7, unusually quiet. Mingy Wong a 6, Section I8 scoring silver low 7.5. No, we've got to be objective. I just love the guy, but we've got to be objective with it. I won't be there till later. Mingy Wong about 6:30 due to meeting at work till 5. I need to get home. Can meet you somewhere at the stadium? Jerry Gow looked tired, a 6. Martin 6.5, gutted over injury, but maybe it's Foden's sign. Jamie's legs are gone, hard to watch. I think Foden should start. 6 for me. 2.5. Oh my God, you are definitely for that going in a timeout. Go and train with the kids for that. How dare you? How dare you? Luke Johnson 7. Blimey, Sheffield United making De Gea work good. Foden in. Brian Gardner's on 6.5. I'm going to give what I would have given for yesterday. And looking at your averages, David Silva, for me, gets a 6. I agree with some of your comments. He did look a little bit tired yesterday, and probably why he cramped up and came off. What about, let's move forward with one of the goal scorers yesterday, and that was KDB. So what were your thoughts on KDB yesterday? Ming Yuan, if I'm late to the game, don't worry, pal. How can you say 2.5? Yeah, David never had a 2.5. I don't think he's ever had a 2.5. You like Chris Andy, possibly. It definitely worse, Alex. Not possibly, definitely worse. Mark the Blue, KDB a 9, Craig an 8.5, Alex KDB a 7, Leonard a 6, Edward a 6.5, Section an 8, Ball Queen an 8.5, Brian Gardner a 7. KDB slow start, but after his goal he was back an 8, coming back well. Mingy Wong a 7. Luke Johnson, can't name a better midfielders in the world. Jamal a 7, Luke Johnson an 8. Kriebe a 6. Jerry Gow dragged us back into the game a 9. Kriebe gave the ball away too many times in stupid positions. He did have a few. He did. I'll go with that. Kriebe. A couple of occasions he did. He did give the ball away a little bit cheaply. Glad he equalised against his former team. So what are we going for with KDB? Let's just have a look and see what KDB was never an 8, let alone a 9. Stu Brennan says, not his most picturesque goal, but it was vital. And he was a sky blue tornado after that, driving City forward. He gave him an 8. I pray the old KDB's back now. He's scared Chelsea, and they've nerves to sing Chelsea rejects, I know. Right, okay. Ooh, some big scores in here. 9s, 8s, a couple of 7s, and a 6. Oh, KDB gets an 8. There you go. There's a hazard, a guess. Kevin De Bruyne gets an 8. Right, moving over to our left-hand side of the attack yesterday for most of the game. And that was Raheem Sterling. What were your thoughts on Sterling for yesterday? Didn't think he had his best game. But, you know, at the end of the day, he got a goal, which I think was a goal and should have stood. But do you think Bernardo Amares will play in the derby? Maybe. Luke Johnson, a 6. Craig Forrest, a 7. Edward Denham, a 6.5. Kriebe, a 4.5. Wow, that's a bit harsh, Kriebe. Martin, do you see Tommy Boo as KDB's future backup? Tommy Boo? You mean Tommy Doyle? Mark the Blue, 4. Brian Gardner, 7. Section, a 6.5. Jerry Gow, 6. Leonard, 7 because of his defence. He was amazing yesterday. His tracking back was incredible. Some work rate he put in yesterday, and he had to because of Mendy. And he was doing his usual. I mean, shame we didn't see as much of that on the other side, but I thought Raz's work rate yesterday was exceptional. And really, really sort of dug Mendy out on a number of times. 6, quiet game for me. Ming Yuan 6. Sterling was 2 quiet yesterday. Not many touches in the box. Was he playing? 6, he was fine. No bad, no very good. Too early to say Alexander. Sterling 6.5. Ghost mode till the last 20-30 minutes of the game. Borg 7. Borg Queen is 7. It was a bit harsh. I would give him a 5.5. I think he means Tommy Doyle. I think he does mean Tommy Doyle. I'm joking, Andy. Martin mispronounced Tommy Doyle's name in the post. Oh, did he? Okay. I'm not sure. We'll see KDB 2 years back. I hope I'm wrong. Right. So, Sterling. Let's see. Ooh, some really low scores there. There's a couple of higher scores. Average. You know what? I'm going to give Sterling a 6. Going to give Sterling an average 6. I didn't think he was great going forward yesterday, but for, let's say, lacking going forward, I thought defensively he was exceptional. But let's see, what does Stu Brennan say? One of his quietest games of the season, but he did a fine job of doubling up on Willian to restrict Chelsea in the second half. He gives him a 6 as well. I think it's pretty fair, a 6. Whoa. Why was I put time out? I had an opinion that David had a terrible game and had points to back him up. Would love to know one thing. He did well yesterday. A 2.5, Ryan. Grow up. Right, on to Sergio Aguero. She's not looking great. Looks like he's got another Christmas off. Andy, I rate the work rate of a player. Say that 2.5 would mean that he was horrible. 2.5. I don't think I've ever seen anybody get a 2.5. I think this season. I think there's been a 3 or a 4 on average. Craig Forrester 6 for Aguero. Sorry, there's the thing up there. Craig Forrester 6. Ryan, you are salty because you overrated Rodri. No worries, Martin, mate. I love your pronunciations. Aguero a 7. 5, unfortunately. Brian Gardner a 7. Mark the Blue a 6. Sergio is, I'm sorry, a 4.5. Looking his age now. Sorry, but he is, and I will get criticised for that. Well, I think 4.5 is a bit harsh, but, did he do anything majorly wrong? Did he do anything majorly great? Well, hit the crossbar. Probably should have scored. Jerry Gower 7. Section a 6. 5, unfortunately. Mingy Wong a 4. 4 because he missed a sitter. I'm not sure it was a sitter. Krieber a 5. Love Kun. It's my Manc accent. Jamal a 5. David could stand on the halfway line and get at least a score. He scored. Right. Sergio. Well, as we know, he picked up the injury. So some low scores there. A couple of 7s. God, I'm going to have to give Sergio a harsh. I think a harsh, because I don't, think he did anything majorly wrong, but didn't do anything majorly great. But it's your scoring, so Sergio gets, on average, a 5.5. He loves Christmas off, yeah. Well, Sheffield are 1-0 up. Wow. There we go. What did... See what Stu Brennan said. Should have scored when he hit the bar, which let down some very good approach work from him. He gave him a 6. So you guys a bit harsher than Stu Brennan today. 5.5, which leads us to the goal scorer. Took a wonderful, wonderful goal. Took it exceptionally well yesterday, and that was Riyad Mahrez. I thought his cut inside, hit it. Went through the legs of a defender. Don't know if it was Zuma or somebody else. Can't remember. Zuma. What's the other kid called? Whatever it's called. Tomori or someone. I think Kepa was blinded by it. But what a wonderful finish. And did strike a really good shot, which was a fantastic save by Kepa. But apart from that, my Lord, he needs to man up. I'll give him massive credit for his goal and his strike, but God, does he need to work a lot harder. This is a man's game, and some of the tackles he was trying to put in yesterday, he shirked about 10 of them. And he's got to be doing far more than that. When you see the likes of Bernardo Silva and David Silva, the size of them getting stuck in, Mahrez, my Lord, he's going to end up with a broken leg one of these days if the way he puts his foot in and foot out and foot in and foot out. I mean, he just was shying away from kids. He needs to be doing a lot more on that side of his game, for me anyway. But it took his goal fantastically well. Right, what we got? Notice Mervyn, don't worry. City should look for a top striker. London City should look for a top striker in the summer. Craig Forrest gives him a 6. Alexander Mahrez a 7.5, good performance. Brian a 7. Section gives him a 7. Could have been more if he's asked to trap back. I mean, this was yesterday. Bodal, Buscemi, and 8.2. We don't do 8.2s, mate. It's either 8 or 8.5. Jerry Gow, a 7. Mark the Blue, 5. Mingyi Wong, 7. Decent performance. Jamal, an 8. 6.5, but wow, what a shit house, and kept turning his back, and I defend him all the time. 7.5, he won us the game. Yeah, but you can't really judge a player just because he scored a winning goal. Because let's say he scored a goal in the 10th minute, 1-0, and you win 1-0, but did nothing for the rest of the game. Is that like, oh yeah, well, he was brilliant because he scored the winner? Far more to it than that. 7, he was nowhere before the goal, then okay in the second half. The Rags are damaging their overhyped history. I'm loving it. Was missing all games. 6 for the goal. 6, Mahrez needs to take people on. We've got Jesus. We have a top side striker, says Krieba. Should we try Jesus in a wing position? Well, he's going to be up front now, I'm guessing, because Sergio's going to be out for probably a month or 2. Mrs. is giving me the BDI here. Oh, yeah, what's that? Is that a come on BDI? Or a bit of Liam Gallagher. What have we got here for Riyad Mahrez? Stu Brennan says, had been quiet before his wonderful goal, but he presented a threat afterwards and nearly had the second. He gives him a 7. So, what do we get here for Mahrez? Mahrez gets a 7 because 6 for average performances, don't do anything great or wonderful, but then he did score an absolute worldie. Great goal, so he gets definitely an extra point for that. But his work rate has got to improve because, well, not only not just his work rate, but just he needs to man up because he's so lightweight and just pulls out of tackles. When you see the likes of Raheem Sterling, the size of him, flying in, and Willian and getting stuck in and I mean, on the other side, it was like Mahrez was just dilly-dally and 50-50 balls. He never won them. And, he's got to do more. And I think that's his only problem because we know he's exceptionally gifted. A wonderful, wonderful technical player. But in this City team, everybody's got to be at it 100%. And that means everyone's got to be pressing. Everyone's got to be putting tackles in. You can't pull out the challenges. It's just Pep won't have it. Hence why I think in Pep's post-match press conference, when people would say, oh, he scored a wonderful goal, and he went, yeah, he can do a lot more. And I think he was intimating, yeah, but there were areas of his game that I wasn't happy with at all. So, but let's hope now maybe he'll get a run of games, certainly, and probably will play on Tuesday night, I'm guessing. So, right. Oh, it's where out BDI. Right. Moving on to the subs then. So let's take the first one and we'll bring on Ilkay Gundogan. What were your thoughts on Gundogan yesterday? He came on after 52 minutes, so he's well within the player rating scale. So he had a good 40 minutes, so we can rate him. Gundogan, Craig Forrest a 5, Edward a 6, Gundogan a 7, Gundogan 8, changed the midfield, him and Foden, Section a 5, Leonard a 6.5, played well but too defensively, kills a lot of attacks, Mark the Blue a 5, Brian a 6, Jerry Gow a 7, Krieba a 6. What did Stu Brennan give him? He just put controlled a 7. So not got many people scoring that one. Mingy Wong a 7. Luke Johnson a 7. He was better than Rodri, let's be honest. I actually thought he did okay yesterday when he come on Gundogan. I was surprised Pep didn't start him. Just too slow for me. He suits the Euro games better than the Premier League. So, I mean, that's a good point section. He does. I don't think he presses as much. We know that. And I still think he's better in an advanced 8 or 10 role than he is as a CDM. But, right, okay, what have we got? A few 7s, 6s, 6.5, 6s, a 5. That lowers it down. So we're going to give him a 6.5 for Gundogan. Moving on to Gabby. Well, as we know, Jesus came on for Sergio, and he came on the 77th minute. So I don't know. It's harsh. I don't know. I don't normally put them up. I'll put them up because I normally say 20 minutes to come on, unless they do something, unbelievable. It's hard to sort of rate them. So he came on for what? Say 15, 16 minutes. I think the balance of the team is wrong at the moment because players not in their correct position. Ilkay Dino in the wrong places. Quality players just not in the wrong place. Good point, Paul. I cannot disagree with that statement. Craig Forrest a 6, Creeber a 5, Section a 6, right places. Ball Queen didn't have enough time to be rated. Yeah, his work rate, effort is best in our squad, but needs to improve his end product. 6.5, Brian a 6. Would you swap Mahrez for Zaha? I don't rate Zaha. I'll be honest with you, I don't rate him either. Mark the Blue 6, Jesus 7, ran his off. 6.5 because he runs, that's all. 7, Mingy Wong an 8. Wow. What for 15 minutes of a game? An 8. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it a standard 6. Because for 15 minutes it's hard to judge. Well, leaves us to our little man, and that is Phil Foden, who came on 67 minutes. So we had a good 25 minutes, so we can rate him properly. What were your thoughts on Phil Foden yesterday? I thought he looked... When we've just been talking about Mahrez and not getting stuck in, he was bouncing off Chelsea midfielders. He was tackling for everything. This is a kid. This is a slight kid. Slighter and smaller than Mahrez. But I think it's time now for him to get more game time. I would swap Mahrez for Zaha. 8 for intensity, says Craig. Ball Queen a 10. Redwood 7, really good. Foden 8, great feet and touches again. Changed the midfield. Creamer 9, loved him when he was on. Mark the Blue an 8. Jerry Gowan 9. God, at this rate, he might get man of the match for 25 minutes. Foden an 8. Luke Johnson, solid 7. He always plays so well. Needs more playing time. Hopefully on Tuesday, mate. Brian Gardner 7. Showed more mettle. Foden 10 every time for me. Energy in the team. Wanting to play for the club. 8. He's going to be a superstar. 7 says Tora Mora. Ball Queen, he should start against Shakhtar on Tuesday. Times comes the man. Phil needs a run. He does. This is our future. Him and Harwood, Bellis and Garcia and Doyle. Wow, what future we have if used properly. Leonard 8. Like his play, should start already. And Silver as a sub. Pep, what are you thinking? So, wow, we've got some big scores there. We've got a 10 and 8. Can't really give him a 10, Ball Queen. Even though we love him, we've got to judge him on his game. But I'm gonna give an average score over there of an 8. I thought he was very, very good, very inventive, very attacking minded. Loads of energy, got stuck in, and that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see, and he does it every time he gets an opportunity. So I think with the David Silva cramps, I think we'll see Phil Foden on Tuesday night without a shadow of a doubt. I think he'll play with Bernardo Silva. Possibly might see Rodri again, get some more game time. But yeah, I think Foden will definitely start for me on Tuesday night, and it's about time. Which leads me on to our manager, and that is Pep. Or what did Stu Brennan did? Phil Foden injected energy 7. Not enough time to mark, Gabby. So there you go. Pep Guardiola, what were your thoughts on Pep yesterday? He's the future. I feel it would take Pep. Poznan, we keep talking about these players being the future. Can someone tell Pep, please? Good display by the Blues. Pep will have already gone before the youngsters become regulars. How does Silva get cramped? Don't get it. He's been off. He has been off for. Pep said in his press conference that Silva's one of these. He needs continuity in games. He needs a run of 2-3 games to keep his fitness levels up. Well, he's just had 2 weeks off with the international break, and then he had that niggle and everything else prior to that. So he said he needs game time. Hence why he believed he got cramp. Silky, Alexander, 8 for Pep. Martin, Pep 6.5. Wrong starting 11 for me. Craig Forrest a 7, Leonard a 7 for Guardiola, 7.5 says Section. Brian a 7.5, Jerry Gout an 8, Billy Mack a 7, Mingy Wong 7 for Pep, Paul Standall, I'll give Pep an 8 purely for the jacket. Yeah, nice jacket, it was nice. How dare you rate Pep? Luke Johnson an 8, got a good run out, an average of a good team. Remember, Silver ain't 21 anymore like me in your dreams. Got cramp in my finger from tapping away on here. May need a day off. Sil should start as many games as he does. Should or shouldn't? I'm assuming that's a shouldn't. I think Pep, looking at your scores, gets a 7.5. Gets a 7.5 overall. And I thought it was an interesting game. It was one of those, it's the first game where statistically Chelsea had more possession than Manchester City, which is highly unusual. I'm not sure that they had. I think they kept the ball and retained it very well in the defence and midfield, if I'm being honest. But they had 53% compared to City's 47%. We had 15 shots, they had 11. We had 4 on target, they had 2. We had a load of corners, and it was good to see a bit more creativity in the corners yesterday. They only had 2, and they committed 9 fouls to our 5. So it was unusual. First time we've seen it in a long time with a team that actually had better possession stats than Manchester City. But I'm guessing they didn't do a great deal with the ball a lot of the time, if I'm being honest. So on to, we've got to rate one more thing, and that is the usual, starting it again, VAR. So we are going to discuss Raz's goal because we're talking about VAR now. I said that before. Edward Denham. Why do you hate Mahrez? I don't hate Mahrez, mate. 60 days, training already uploaded. Afternoonish. Bent VAR again. Andy, give me some info regarding the pod tonight, mate. Yeah, I will do. I'll send an email to you, buddy. We don't, Jasmine. Luke Johnson 0. I don't think anyone's going to give it a point. I mean, it's not really about scoring VAR because I know everybody. At least it was used on like the LFC game. Andy 0. Oh, Jasmine DZ. I know you're a Mahrez fan, and I'm clearly Algerian with the DZ. I'm not a Mahrez hater. I just say it as I was there. I was at the game. I actually watched it live. Every time Mahrez plays, I see him live, and called out. He got a far higher score than I gave some of the other players. So, and everyone else, he wasn't the man of the match on the scoring system, and that's not just by me. That's by everybody who is here who watches Manchester City. So I don't hate Mahrez. I'm just calling it like it is. Creator, corrupt tool used to manipulate decisions and overall benefits. It's just stupid. I want to know why 2 different lines were shown. And it was on the screen for literally 1.5 seconds. VAR is made. It's made bad refs 10 times worse. Well, has it? because is it the refs, or are the refs actually not really making any decisions anymore? We're meant to be more in the loop now after the meeting last week. I like Mahrez, don't know why people hate him. Mike Dean disallowed Man City goal. Jasmine, we are seeing what we see. You think he tackled well yesterday? No, he certainly didn't. Citizens Giving seems like a good project. I discovered today on the City website. It's a very, very good one. Manchester Blue Handy, how are you? I'm very good, mate. Hope you're well. We're just discussing VAR. What your thoughts on VAR are? Well, your thoughts on it. I'm sure I know what your thoughts are. And it's been discussed all over social media today, all over Twitter. And I'm getting really, really tired of it. And today, I know Ian Cheeseman is doing a vlog tonight, recording one, which might be out tomorrow, on VAR and its discussion points and things like that. And he put a poll out, and there was lots of people answered it. Lots of old school City fans, people who've been going for years and years and years. And one of the questions was, one of the points made in it, not necessarily the questions, was the fact of, can you see people walking away from watching not just Man City but Premier League football? And I said I can't see myself walking away from it. I can't. I really can't. Not to say I won't in the future if it carries on the way it's going. I can't see myself walking away from it. But I can see why fans, not just of City but of lots of clubs, are saying, you know what, I don't even bother anymore. I'll keep my money. I'll watch it if it's on the telly. And I go and watch my local team. One guy on there said, look, I go and watch Droylsden. It's great. I can have a beer and a pie and chat with the lads. I can stare. It's sat in my seat. I can sit in my seat and have a beer. And I don't have to worry about all this absolute nonsense with VAR because it's just doing footballing. And for me, it is. I mean, it's become. I posted last night a tweet and I said, the way it's going, it's like VAR has been made for television. It's not made for the fans in the stadium. It clearly isn't. I said, don't be surprised if in the future you've got some sort of red button underneath your seat that you vote on VAR decisions, or an 0800 number that you ring in from it. It's just become pathetic. It's absolutely become pathetic. It really, really has. So it's, I don't know. It's not going to make me walk away right now. Certainly not. But it is becoming, you walk out of there, and I posted below, I think it was Prestige Car Repairs, who goes on Cheesy's vlog, and he posted something. I said, look, we walked out the stadium last night, 2-1 winners. What if that Raheem Sterling goal was disallowed at 1-1, right at the end? We're back to a Spurs game again of this season with the Gabby Jesus. And people will be walking out of that stadium in a completely different light. Even though people were walking out going VAR again, we still got the 3 points. If that would have been 1-1 when that decision was made, there would have been riots because people would just be switching off left, right and centre. And you only have to look at sort of yesterday with the Crystal Palace game and the decision again. And, somebody posted on Twitter just a few hours ago, posting, what's the difference in the Lovren push compared to the Mane push in the back of Raheem Sterling for his? What's the difference? But one doesn't get VAR and one does. So I don't know. It's nonsense. Let me just read some of your comments. Refs and VAR poor, and PGMO needs an overhaul. It does. Referees should have a monitor to look at incidents. Well, they do, but they have got monitors. The monitors are there. They're just encouraged not to use them. Paul Sandor, funny, Liverpool getting all the decisions this season and still the only ground alongside United with no screens to look at. Wonder why. Because they're saying that they can't move fans if they have to install these screens. VAR is trash and tragic. It is. VAR was brought only to hand Liverpool the undeserved title. VAR is garbage. Martin, they do more Queen, but asked not to use it by Mike Riley. Yeah, that's true. Oh, they said not to use it as sparingly as possible. So basically, they decided not to use it, so they don't upset Mike Riley. It's utter nonsense. That said, that's what I said, fella. People will walk away. I'm Algerian, but I like KDB, Jesus, and Sterling. That's fine, mate. Superior being why is City having so many games where we don't dominate possession like previous years? I just don't think we've got. I mean, clearly, I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. I think we've just had such a changed team this season, a really changed team. I don't think that's helping, if I'm being honest. TV already killing the game, and now this. Andy, thoughts on the Hardwick pub in the stadium? Well, I mean, I think I've not seen it. I've not been in it, mate. It's one of those, if you've got 120 quid or whatever it is to go and sit in a pub and then go to your seat in the corner of the stadium, they're saying that that pub area was just used for storing tables, so they've converted it into a pub. I think 120 quid's a bit steep, if I'm being honest. And would I pay 120 quid to then go into a pub to buy booze and things like that just to go and sit? Not for me. It's not my. I'll be honest. It's not my type of thing. I do corporate stuff. Don't get me wrong. I've done it for like my lads' birthdays and things like that as a one-off. It's not. I certainly won't pay. I don't know. I'm guessing it's 120 quid. Somebody said. I don't know. It might be less. But I won't pay 120 quid to go and drink in a pub and buy drinks in a pub for the pleasure of going and sitting in a seat, which is, it's not like you're on the halfway line, behind the dugout. So it's just another gimmick thing. And, good luck. I'm sure it'll be popular because there'll always be people that'll pay that type of money. But, again, it just sort of prices out your average fan, if I'm being honest. Andy, it needs to be scrapped and really hope it will be. I don't think it will be. I'm not sure. We seem to be playing a bit more direct. Maybe with the swapping and changing of the team, maybe we are. Andy, are we doing player ratings? Already done. You're a bit late, Manchester in Blue. We've already done all the player ratings. We've been on now for an hour and 16 minutes. Are Liverpool the only team that don't have a monitor? No. Well, we're not. It's not monitors. It's screens in the stadium. Liverpool and United don't have them because they say that they have to move fans to fit the screens in. Still not buying that, mate. You've got 4 teams now competing for the title, just my view. Sorry, the scaffold advertising board don't Creeper. I think City are going through a little transition mode. I think we're going through a transition mode. I think we're going to lose. We've lost Vinny. We're going to lose David Silva. Sergio looks like he's coming towards the end of his as well. So does Fernandinho. So I think you're talking about 4 mainstays of the team there that are on their way out, or one of them's already gone. So I think there will be a bit of a transition. I think this season, and I think we need at least three more proper signings in there. Who they'll be, and when we buy them, I've no idea. When Stones and Otamendi were at the back, the possession was loads better. They kept the ball and had Dino in front of them, take the ball and control the game. That's gone. It has. I agree with that, and I've always supported Otamendi on here. I'm one of the few, and I'm always saying, Otamendi does a really, really good, solid job. Some people think that is a calamity. I don't. I think he holds the ball well. Yes, there's always the odd Rick every now and then in him, but Stones has had that. Fernandinho's had that. Angelino, Zinchenko, Mendy, Walker, Cancelo, everyone has them. And you only have to look at that partnership at the back. Otamendi was in the Premier League team of the year 18 months ago. Thank you, City, for a wonderful night. Leonard London agreed 100%. We haven't spent a lot last 2 years, so summer I think money will be spent. I think it'll be the summer. Time to boost the youngsters and give them some minutes. Yeah, we've got several through. I mean, the problem you've got is you can't. I know someone would argue with this statement and say, look at Chelsea, but you can't just throw a load of kids in at once. I think some of them definitely do deserve more game time, and obviously Foden is the obvious one. And I think if it got to the point of where we are definitely guaranteed Champions League football, if we got to the point in February, March, and then Liverpool were 12 points clear and we look like we're mainstay, you probably see more of the youngsters playing in the Premier League games. Ottawa won't win us the Champions League. Scouts have started diving in their own area to get big decisions as well as the oppositions. The Daleman, they have Paul got to get proper defenders in their team. We won't win the league. Otherwise, this great vlog, Andy. By the way, really enjoyed it. Good, you're welcome. When will Pep leave? Realistically, I think he'll see out his contract. 18 months' time. Andy, do you not think Stones, Otter and Furner confront till injuries settle? I think you mean those back. I would personally, that would be my team. I would have Stones and Otamendi at the back and have Fernandinho back in his normal role. That's my personal opinion. But what do I know compared to Pep? Otamendi and David Silva possibly our biggest liabilities in the Champions League. Disagree with that. I disagree with that. Right, so finally, man of the match. It's over to you guys. Who was your man of the match for yesterday? I think Eric Garcia will make it at City. Yeah, I do. Might not be yet, but I think he will. Silver a liability. You're spot on, mate. Man City, guys, we are moaning and we are third and only 9 points behind. Maybe we expect too much, including me in that. I don't think there's any. People are entitled to an opinion. As long as it doesn't turn into moaning and moaning. God, I mean, Jesus, we're seeing the best football we've ever seen, certainly in my lifetime. And when things haven't gone as well this season, of course, you know, everyone's entitled to an opinion on it. But I say we are third, and we have still got a long way to go. What's that? 25 games to go. Jesus, that's a loads of time. Craig Forrest says KDB. Mark says KDB. Superior Being says none. I'm Algerian like KDB, Jesus, Bernardo Guerrero, but I'm surprised that you hate. When have I ever hated Mahrez? When have I ever said ever Jasmine or Yasmin or whatever? When have I ever said I hate Mahrez? When have I ever said that? If I hated Mahrez, I'd give him a 1 player rating every time he plays. Kevin, man of the match. Creed, my match with John Stones and Furner. Thingy won De Bruyne. City wins the Champions League. My money is Pep will lead end of the season. Wow. Neil Hanstock, Kevin, just section KDB. Edward, man of the match. Kepa, he made that save from Mahrez was a worldie. Man of the match, 30, hands down for me. Brick wall. He was a brick wall. Fernandinho, Leonard, Fernandinho. Kepa, Edward, he made 1 world-class save. That's it. Craig Forrest, half-time, 1-0 Sheffield United. Good. Jasmine, do you hate Mahrez? And if Pep leaves, who would bring in next? Don't need to bring anybody in. He's already there, mate. Mikel Arteta. Jasmine, we don't hate him. He needs to work harder. That's our point. Please read and listen to what we're saying. I hate boring Mahrez fan club Egypts. But you get them. We get them. You know, it's. I don't think Jasmine is as bad as. I don't think Jasmine, he or she or whatever. I'm not sure if it's a girl or a boy. I don't know. Is like some of them that you do get on, who just have to go training with the kids. Alexander Poch to replace Pep. Is he going to wait around for 18 months? Is he going to go somewhere for 18 months and then come back to City? Because I think Pep will see out his contracts. And that's my opinion. Arteta, not for me. Rodgers or Poch, but we still have Pep. I mean, Rodgers, yeah. I said it the other day on the live vlog. That might be controversial, but I think Rodgers plays City type of football. But I think Pep will have a decision to make because he'll be in talks with Varane and Cheeky about it, and I think he's always said he thinks that Arteta is the man to replace him when he eventually goes. Potts is a horse who always comes second. He's off to Real. You reckon? Wow. That'd be interesting. So overall, your man of the match is sort of Fernandinho and KDB between the two of them. I'm gonna go. I'm going to go Furner, closely followed by Kevin De Bruyne for me. Pep may stay. We never know. Still 18 months unless he does have a break clause. We don't know whether he does or he doesn't. Pep is going nowhere. No, I don't think he's going anywhere. He said he wants to stay. Bring back Dominic Torrent and have him and Arteta. Well, I'm surprised that he's not already come back, if I'm being honest. Andy, answer my comment above, please. Sorry, did I miss it there? Sorry, Leonard. Let me just go back. Leonard, Andy, Pep leaves. Who would you bring in? I just did. I just answered that, mate. Leonard, I just answered that. If that's the one you're talking about, I just answered it. I said I think he's already in the club, and that's in Arteta. Fernand, man of the match, says the Dale man. He has done Leonard. He said Arteta. 30 and Kevin, a close second. I think somebody's having a bit of a go at Martin there. It wasn't Mendy, that's for sure. That's for sure. Superior being Popcho or Arteta. Thanks, Martin. Missed it, I guess. Mind the gap and enjoy the Europa League next season. Oh dear. Got a dippers on. Here they are. Got nothing to watch on any Liverpool channel, so they come on a Man City channel. They are obsessed. Absolutely obsessed. Mingy one. Pep said he wants to stay and work in Manchester or something. Andy, thoughts on Chelsea's away support yesterday? Yeah, it was okay, except for they were a bit boring with their songs. They just sang the same song over and over and over. I was only 3.5 your ratings, and you go further. Typical. I think Arteta will go with Pep. That's a good point. Here they come, Fernandinho. Thanks, Andy. You're welcome. Well, what have we put section in there for, Martin? He is suffering from the flu. Leave him alone. We only put Ryan Corrie in, who's obviously sulking and gone off now because he was being cheeky. And then he had the audacity to say that David Silva was a 2.5. Very childlike. All I heard was Chelsea. Yeah, and he was too cheeky, was he? Thought your fans were great yesterday. Thanks again, Andy. No problem. Listen, guys, don't forget the book, which if you missed it, you'll be able to see a little bit of that. It's a wonderful, wonderful book, softback copy by Leslie Ross. Go back if you've not watched all the video, and you'll be able to see a couple of the pictures, and it's just excellent. Please don't forget, go and buy it. There is the you can go over to Leslie's website, and that's just posted in the link there. Pepper said he's seen out his contract at least. Yeah, he has. Titles settled at your ground. Going to be a stroll in the park for the Reds. Oh, we love it. I bet you've got your T-shirts printed like last year, haven't you, Harry? Jesus, no wonder you're the most hated fan base in the Premier League. Oh, well, probably in British football. Take care, Craig Forrest. Arteta linked with Arsenal. Well, he was and Newcastle, but he stayed. Guys, I'll say again, Andy, it's amazing how true gent. Thanks for the gift. Never believe what you hear until you know someone for real. Yeah, well, yes, that is true. That is very true, Martin. Guys, listen, take care. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. They are. You look. Yeah, well, you've got that one right there. Love the diapers. Yeah, they are insecure. That's about right. That's a spot. I'll pay you later, Martin. That's spot on, that Craig Forrest. They are more like diapers. Take care, guys, and don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow at some point. Tuesday, we're at the Shakhtar game, so if you're around, come over and say hello. It'd be great to meet you if we haven't met you before. And don't forget, share this around, click the subscribe, hit that bell icon, comment below the video. And if you just missed, if you want to come in late and you missed part of it, it'll be on the channel in about 30 minutes time. So you can go back, have a look at all this silver blue stuff, and look at all the player ratings, see what you guys gave them and me. But take care. Have a nice Sunday roast. No, I won't be having a Sunday roast, mate. I'm on the juice diet. So this is my fruit one, and I've got a green to have for my dinner while my wife and my older lad are having steak. It's going to kill me. But anyway, take care. We'll see you tomorrow.